Hello friends, Techman Pat. Today we have some breaking news. I really wanted to share this with you. This is pretty huge. This could change how the NBN functions. It is potentially not very good for some people. It is potentially very good for RSPs. Let's get into it. IT News has broken the news. They are a great source of information about what's happening in the IT world, so check them out. I'll put the link below, but we're going to jump straight into it. NBN Co offers to Axe CVC in exchange for yearly price hikes. So what does it actually mean? Well, let's have a read of the first line because that really explains it all. NBN Co has finally revealed how it might implement flat wholesale prices, but it would involve a $5 to $20 a month hike, and yes, yet unquantifiable yearly increases above the rate of inflation, which basically means they will need to make their money back, and right now they're doing it through the CVC, which treats RSPs very unfairly and potentially costs RSPs more. But what RSPs might not know is that the flat structure could cost them more in the long term, but it could also cost the citizens or the users of the NBN even more in the long term. Australia is actually pretty cheap for its broadband. Yes, the performance isn't quite there yet, but if the performance was there, the pricing would be pretty darn good. So let's keep going. The company on Monday morning opened a pre-lodgement consultation with retail service providers, canvassing views on effectively two flat price models. And we're going to go into that price breakdown. If you want the details of this, I have linked it below. The first thing to note about the new pricing model is that customers will pay more for broadband off the bat. It will be a direct pure increase to the bottom line. And we're going to open up that in a second here. Let's have a look. So tier 1, 12 down, 1 up. The current charge is $22.50, and by 2022, it's going to go up by $7.50, which is pretty incredible. Now, the constructs are actually different types or scenarios, and some of these scenarios are pretty high. In construct 3, the charge will be $35, which is pretty darn expensive. So if we look at what average people get, which is the B51, they're $45 currently, excluding the CVC charge, which is extra on top by the RSP, it'll potentially go up to $60 to $63. Now, IT News analysts have said that this is pretty bad, but I'd like to call out that this is kind of what the CVC is causing anyway. We just don't see it because it's the RSPs who pay it, and they can't really see clearly what they need to charge the customers versus what they actually pay to NBN. So this is kind of NBN going, hey, the CVC is going away. We need to put what we've been making from the CVC into the margin of the actual charges, but it's going to be a flat fee. And here are 3 scenarios. Let's have a look at what the analysts at IT News had to say. Construct 1, roughly same model as now, bundled products, but with CVC charged at $6 per megabyte per second instead of $8 per megabyte per second. Construct 2, regular bundles for 50 megabits down and below with a $5 a month increase for 50 megabits a second, flat pricing only for products and 100 megabits a second and above, with immediate $5 to potentially $20 per month hike and yearly indexed increases. Now, we always get increases anyway every year. Usually it's most things like power, electricity. This kind of becomes part of that increase. It's not good, it's not bad, and we don't even know what kind of percentage amount it would be. Now, Construct 3 is a flat price for all tiers with immediate $5 to $20 month hike and yearly indexed increases. This is potentially the best case scenario for actual RSPs, but I'm going to try and get some opinions from some owners of RSPs and see what they think about these constructs. So stay tuned for a video about that. So let's have a look at some other comments below. The major unknown in NBN Co's proposal is that it anticipates yearly cost increases to counteract the loss of CVC revenue, but doesn't spell out what this might look like. These yearly increases consist of inflation plus an unknown additional percentage. Here is what the company had said. Where pricing proposals restrict or entirely remove NBN Co's ability to recover its costs through user-based charges in the form of CVC as applied to increasing bandwidth usage, NBN Co should have the opportunity to recover these costs by increasing fixed charge pricing components in real terms, i.e. an increase above the rate of inflation, reflecting the rapid growth in usage and hence capacity. Now, this is pretty important. At the end of the day, capacity will continuously increase. We've seen 40% year on year in the internet usage, but has the technology kept up? Not really. Is it worthwhile for the NBN Co to make that money? Yes, because they need to put it straight back into upgrading. So from one point, yes, it might get expensive. From the other side, hopefully that money will actually navigate into their technology, and the upgrades that are happening right now for fiber will actually get expanded into the rest of the country. Now, there is also some other stories coming out this weekend that the fair use policy will be much more controlled. They will actually go for people who are going over the top and uploading and downloading terabytes, petabytes of data. So watch out, folks. But I still call bullcrap on that. They shouldn't be able to do that. Why should they? You're paying for the internet. It's unlimited. What's the go, right? Unless it's obviously in the terms and conditions. Folks, let me know what you think below. We're going to do a deeper dive once some more news comes out over the week on next Sunday's Dirt Report. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more updates about what's happening in the telco tech world in Australia. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all in another one. Bye!